Hey everyone, it's Chaos World here with Jace. You guys haven't seen him in a while, so I decided to bring him in for the video. Sorry about me being all washed out. It's the lighting, and if I want you guys to be able to see him nice, then I have to get sacrificed. So yeah, that's why I kind of look rough. It's just the lighting, honestly. I don't look so rough in real life. At least I hope not. Anyway, so the discussion for today is about scams. Yes, scams. I didn't know what to talk about exactly first, but I have more stuff that I'll talk about. But for today, that's what it is. Mostly about, have you been ever been scammed? What happened in your situation? At least I'm going to talk about my situation. Feel free to share your story. What did you do, or what can you do? Because yeah, there's a lot of whole scamming thing that's been scamming has always been around in the hobby, but I don't know. Recently, I've just seen a lot of it, so I just felt like talking about it. So, the first thing I want to talk about, I guess I've been scammed more than once. I'm gonna tell you, most likely, if you're in the hobby, you will probably get scammed once. I'm not saying that, like, expect it. There are people who haven't gotten scammed, which is good. But I'm just saying that, if you've been in the hobby for a long time, if you buy things secondhand, there is a chance that you might get scammed, and it may happen more than once, or that's just the dice you roll, basically. But I'm going to talk about how you can make it so when you throw the dice, it's not as risky. And it'd be nice for me to know when I first started about some of this stuff. So, anyways, basically, this was not a huge thing. I bought something that was off of Etsy. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, I'm still irked that I got scammed, even though it wasn't that much money. But the person, they didn't send it, and this was someone who generally had a good reputation, but they didn't send it. I contacted them, and then they sent a replacement that never came. But the thing that was suspicious, that I probably, going back now, knowing what I know, what I did, is that there was buyer protection, and they waited until buyer protection expired before they started responding to my concerns, and then they just disappeared altogether. So what I would do in the past is I just would have automatically, before the buyer's protection went off, I would have just automatically went through Etsy and told them to get my money back because this person's scamming me, type thing. And also when it's somebody who's more known for doing selling stuff, it's you're more lenient as well. But I think one thing they have, at least on Instagram, which I think is really good, that they started, is there's a feedback page with different people who sell and do things, and people give, at least as far as I know, honest feedback on how their experiences are. And I hope there's more of those things out there in the future of this hobby, so people will know. And for that person, they sorry, I had a hiccup. They had a mixture of good and bad experiences of things that happened to them. And in my opinion, looking at it now, the amount of negatives they had compared to positive interactions, I wouldn't have went with that person. So also for newcomer people, um, there is what can you do if you to not get scammed. So basically, number one, if you can, research them. So basically, on Instagram, say someone's selling something, and a doll or something like that, I will go to their account and look in their account. If they're one of those people who only have giveaways in their account, or they don't post really their own pictures, they don't it's obvious that they're not active themselves with their own dolls in the hobby, and they're at least on their page, I most likely won't buy from them because there's a higher chance they're a scammer. They don't post that they're not active in the hobby. You don't see them communicating on other people's posts. You don't see them like doing like regular hobby stuff. You just see them doing giveaways and like reposting other people's stuff. And it's not like a repost page specifically for sales or anything like that. That is like a red flag for me. And as I said, if they only have like one or two pictures and it's just like the picture of the sale doll, I'm most likely not going to go with that person. I'm not saying that like some people they make an account and like this they're just starting Instagram and they're selling dolls. That's fine. They don't have very much pictures. I'm just saying for me that's like a red flag. I'm not going to. Also I'll look around. I'll go on like I'll type in if they have like a name, I'll type in their name into Google and see if anything pops up. Um, I know everyone hates confessions sometimes, but honestly, on confessions, I've been warned about some scammers a lot, and that's good. Like, I'll read what they say, and if it just sounds like they are just, I don't know, like sometimes you can just tell when they're writing something because they're just salty and they want to like hurt the person, but other times you can just see like honest feedback on them. So that's one of the spots I usually ask around, ask some people if they've ever used this person or heard of this person before, that type of thing, to see if they like have any positive feedback or not. So that's another thing. So that's like the before. Say you do the transaction. One, always ask for tracking, unless of course you know this person, you trust this person. That thing, tracking, always tracking. If they're refusing to do tracking, I know you want the cheapest price, but if they're saying it's going to be more expensive, honestly, if it's like at least a full doll, I think it's honestly worth it to pay the extra money for tracking, just because like as I said, if it's not, then you have no control over what's happening. You can't see anything that's happening. So yeah, I always ask for tracking. If they refuse to give you tracking even though you paid for it, just leave it. It's a scam. Leave it. Like it doesn't make any sense. Also, um always try to use PayPal. um Not friends and families, the buyer version. As I said, if you've made transaction with this person a lot before in the past, you know them, all that, you trust them, then fine, friends and family. But if they're going to complain about PayPal fees, tell them to include it in the price or something like that, or if you don't mind paying it. But pay the friend that the sorry not friends sorry the buyer's version, because if they do start doing some shady stuff, PayPal will get you your money back. I don't know if they'll get you all of it back, but they will get you at least a portion of your money back. So that is another thing that I do for safeguarding. Also, from my experiences, Etsy does the same thing. Just make sure they have a time limit as to when you can get your money back. So make sure you say it's going to expire in 2 weeks. Make sure you're on that seller, and before the time expires, they're acting shady, you just get that money back from Etsy. That's also for eBay. I haven't seen very much eBay. eBay is very good, from as far as I know. Most people don't use it, but eBay is very strict with their sellers and the whole scamming thing. So as I said, for Etsy, or not Etsy, sorry, two E's. eBay, also same thing. They have buyer's protection. If you're getting suspicious, before that protection's up, you start contacting them. Do not wait till last minute, because they will, if they're a scammer, they will try to wait you out before for that protection to disappear, so they can disappear as well. Make sure you're on it, and then you get eBay on it, because eBay will make sure you get that if you have a problem, they will deal with it. Well, at least help you deal with it and get your money back. What else? I think Aliexpress. I've bought in like little trinkets and stuff from Aliexpress. That is like a huge, like one of the big like scammers. Aliexpress, I don't know in the past if it wasn't as good, but now from my experience they're definitely getting better, And they are also very good with the whole getting your money back if you're being scammed. What they do for that, because I did have an incident once where I paid quite a bit of money for like an outfit, and well, it wasn't a full outfit, but it was like article of clothing I wanted. I paid quite a bit of money, but like nothing happened. The tracking was like not working, all that stuff. So I was suspicious. They give you a time limit saying like your package must arrive at this time, and once it runs out, this one you let run out. The day that it says like expired, like the time's up, you go and open a dispute. They give the seller a chance to work it out with you. And in my case, they gave me a partial refund, and they said if I don't receive the item within these amount of days, then they'll give me the full refund. And I accepted that proposal. But yeah, if they'll give you a proposal. If you don't like what they said, reject it, and you go back and forth. They have a time limit, and if you guys can't come to an agreement, then Ali steps in. I don't know what happens once they step in, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go towards the buyer's side because they're there to protect you. So that is like my, I guess, tips for discussion, because the whole scamming thing is just horrible. Like, who does that? Why would you want to do that? Take someone's money and just like, I can't fathom it at all. Like, honestly, I don't understand why people do it or how they justify that it's okay to scam people like that. It's just horrible. So that is, as I said, that's my 2 cents. Feel free to comment below what your experiences and stories are, or make a response video. I'd love to watch it. Just leave me a comment to say that you made a response video so I can like kind of hunt for it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, little Jace is so freaking cute. I love his hair and everything. Okay, bye.